what these guys go through. I mean, the torture, the physical brute force and damage that's part of that environment. To train yourself to handle that and not make any more of it. You see these guys when they're busted up and when it's over with, how it's just part of their day. That develop their mind, their fortitude. They chisel it. They take it like you take a sword and you put it into molten lead to forge it into that sword so it'll stand up, so it won't break in combat. That's what they do to make themselves that person, ready to die. For that moment, they get themselves there. How else could you perform that way? How else can you leave everything outside the door that you have to leave outside the door? You got to leave stuff outside the door, human stuff, to go in there ready to deal with what these guys deal with. You got to leave it outside the door. If you think about living, you won't be able to do it. I'm going to tell you a story. Cus D'Amato, the greatest, for me, my mentor, psychologically, everything. Dedicated his whole life to the sport. Special man. Understood this realm. And he told me he was getting ready to go in the army. So you know what his first thing that he did? He didn't write a letter. He didn't say goodbye to people. He didn't start doing all that. The first thing he did, he started sleeping on the floor. He stopped sleeping on a bed. Why? Because he said he had to stop being comfortable with the things that make us comfortable, that do not allow us to be ready to do certain things, like die. He said in his mind, I'm going in the army, I'm going in, there's only one thing I got to be prepared to do, die. It's hard to die if you're living comfortably, because you don't want to lose those things. You're human. So I got rid of them, one by one. I started getting rid of all the things that made it comfortable to live. And I slept on the floor to condition myself. And I believe these guys do the same thing. I believe to get ready to go in that ring, they have to be ready in their mind, just like Cus was getting ready for the army, to die. You have to have that mentality to perform at the level that we watch. It's still about controlling all your assets, your mind, your feelings, to be cold. See, if you're willing to die, you can be cold. If you're not willing to die, you're very emotional. Everything impacts you. Everything flirts with you. Everything moves you. Everything confuses you. Influences you in ways that you can't afford to be influenced. So you got to be cold, disciplined,